maybe we should change a couple of things around here. Let's do this gold. I want to come in here and look at this gold, and if you want to change what it's painting the gold onto, you come into color selection and you say, ooh, I don't want that one, so you turn that off because I want to keep that darker around there so it feels like it's glowing. So I'm going to pick a color, and I'm going to grab these because I know I kind of want it on there, and I may actually have changed my mind and I don't want the gold to feel the same, so I'll come back in to base metal and turn the height rough metal normal back on. But it kind of makes it feel like it's sitting inside of it. And part of the problem is this steel rusty is I got to really, let's change this to 5. That's interesting. Let's change it to something like that. And then let's look at the basic parameters. And we can come over to our height position, height range. We'll pull this height range down so it's a little bit softer there. There we go. See, I like that better. It's big. Now, here's the thing. I'm using that higher res, so now I'm actually liking this better than that. So I'm going to come back to my base metal again and turn off the height, the rough metal. There, and emissive. We don't want emissive. There we go. Look, that's much better. Okay, so we're getting there. Now I could, if I want, come back in here and even paint out these teeth or something. I could do it by hand, or I could mask it, or I could do it inside of the selection thing. I could do the horns that way. But let's come in here and figure out what else we want to do. Do we want gold here? Do we want gold on these up here? So let's take a look. I'm going to just look at different metals. Now here's the thing that you want to try and do is you want to try and make your metals look, even if they're the same type of metals, to feel different. So I'm just throwing this up here for now. And I will take a look. And okay, so you want to pick the same metal, different types of the same version of the metal. So steel scratch, that's interesting. It's probably a little shinier. Where would it be more shiny? Where would it be less beat up, maybe? Or let's see. I have all these old ones. Let's see. Steel. Do I want steel? Let's drop a steel on here and see if we get something we like. Like that. Okay, that's the one thing I was going to show you too. Every time I add a new material in here, you see how it has to come back in and do this? Actually, I don't want steel. Let me fix something real quick. By default, it's set to 4096. This is all a procedurally set up thing. So what we can do is turn that off down to whatever you want, and then at the final time, we'll build it out to the 4096. I turn it back up, I get that resolution back. Though I don't know why it's making my gold disappear. Oh, I do know why, because I had that on top. I don't really like the steel, so I'm going to delete it. And now, when I drop something else like shinier in here, I had another one there. Let's do... I'm actually having fun with the idea here. This is kind of the fun stuff too. I want you to realize. So let me go iron pure, and I'll throw this on there. So now it's shiny, right? So what I'll do is I'll throw this on, go back to color mask, pick my color, and figure out where I want this. I'm going to throw this right on this little edge thing right here. And it looks like I missed. So I'm going to pick color again, grab that blue. Maybe get closer and grab that blue. There. And then I'm going to say minus on this one. So now I've got this different feel to that. If I wanted to, I could come back in and do the roughness on here, but then I lose some of that shine. So, I mean, it's all this dance, right? The other thing I could do is I can look at this pure, and I can go, ooh, the color seems off, so what do I want to do? Well, here's another thing we can do. Let's do this. Let's have fun with it. I'm going to come up here and go copper. I'm going to throw copper above everything. Okay, and I'm going to make this be a copper overlay. Okay, how do I do that? Well, that's the cool stuff. Ready? I'm going to come here and say add color mask again. If I want, actually, let me do it this way. I'm going to show you. You can also grab it from here, right click on it, say copy mask. Then you come up here and you can say add new color mask, and then right click and say where's it? Paste into mask. And it should, yeah. Now we've got that copper around the edges right there. Pretty cool. But what I actually want to do is add on to that. Now there's a couple ways you could do this. You can just come down to your copper and add a new generator, which is going to add a another mask type to it, basically is what it's doing. So I go to add generator and I close this off here, and then I say in this generator I want to pick what kind I want. I just want, let's see, metal edge wear. Let's try that. This may not be enough to show, but right now I think, yeah. The problem with doing it this way is that it's going to show it completely here because it's only got one mask to work from. And that's really not what we want. We just want it on here. Now, if I made it into a folder, and let me show you that. I can put it into a folder, drag this into the folder, drag it into the folder, grab this metal select thing, oops, copy it, right? Actually, come up here, add a mask, and inside that mask, I'm going to get rid of this one here. Remove effect. Inside here, actually no, sorry, my bad. No mask. Remove mask. Okay. I'm going to say add generator again. Oh, come here. Add generator. I guess I do have to add a mask first. Sorry. Mask. Add generator. In the generator, we're going to pick, again, the metal edge. Excuse my neighbors. And then I have this metal edge now, right? Over the top. And I can come in here. Let me turn off the color selection version first. So with the metal edge on, you can see nothing's happening. Part of that may be because I have such a low resolution. But let's take a look at it and go, wear level down. Let's try contrast. Oh, hold on. Let me remove mask. There we go. So now back to everywhere, right? And I'll come back up here and I'll say, how much do I want? And I'll do the curve height. All I'm looking at is this, so let me come back in here and do this. See if I can get that. See how subtly that's broken up though? That's the kind of stuff we want, but it's hard to see, right? Well, just come back up here real quick while you're working on this specific area. Turn it up. See how much better that looks now? We can see all that detail and stuff. That's what you want to do. Okay. So I've got that like kind of like I want. I may come back in here and do a little bit more work on it. So let me see. I'll turn this to curvature weight. Let's turn that down. Okay. And we'll maybe do grunge amount down. So there we get this. Some edges are showing up really good. Turn the scale down. Now, the problem with doing it this big is, of course, it takes longer to render. It shouldn't take as long, but my computer's weird, so it's not, you know, it's got a decent card, it's just weird. Let's do middle. Let's just go 2048 there. Alright. So, I kind of like that. I'm just looking at this. But it's hard to tell because it's everywhere, right? And I don't mind it being everywhere. This is kind of a cool effect, and maybe I'll do that anyway, but let's do this. Since it's inside of here, what I need to do is come inside of the copper pure, and we're going to call this trim, or visor trim. come inside to the metal edge where, go to the copper pure, and we're going to do what we did a second ago. We'll go mask, and those of you who think this is not going to work, this is the purpose of this. Okay, so I'm going to grab it here, and there you go. So this copper now only works on that area. We don't see it on the head anymore. We don't see it anywhere else. It's just on this piece right here. It's a subtle change. It's a subtle little thing, but it makes it feel a little bit better. Now we could do something back here too, and if I had left my rounds on there, it would have been better. Let's come back up here and look. What can we do to this? We know this is all one piece, but we can still do some stuff to that.